Hello and welcome once again to the Mac Bunker.
I'm M.
I'm A,
I'm C.
and this week we're going to be talking about Code Geass. But first of all, we're going to bring it down, bow our heads in kind of contemplation and sorrow for the passing of Studio Ghibli,
Yes.
who are onto producing and releasing their final film.
Well, final 3 films.
Final 3?
Yeah, apparently there's 3 final films. I'm not 100% sure, but
Okay. So
after these films, there will be no more Ghibli.
they will
And
shut down
his
the
brother,
Nazis?
like, even though his son lately have been doing most of the new films, they're calling it a day.
Miyazaki Jr.'s done some good things.
He has, man. Ponyo and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think.
That-
He
that-
did
that-
Ponyo.
Yeah, it was his first or second. I'm pretty
It
sure.
was great, man. But we can't forget about greats like Howl's Moving Castle. Best animation I've seen in so long, especially when you see that castle for the first time. It just saunters over the hill, and it's like, look at all them things moving!
It's a moving build. Well, it's a moving castle.
There's also Spirited Away,
Oh.
Earth, Sea,
Just
My Neighbor Totoro. All these ones, I recommend if you haven't seen them, watch them.
they're all fantastic. There's not
Beyond a doubt.
It really depends what you like when it comes to Ghibli. I mean, my personal favourites are Princess Mononoke and Spirited Away.
Yeah. I don't like Princess Mononoke. It wasn't my favourite. I kind of.
How dare you? Why?
Yeah, it just wasn't there for me.
Well, I've never seen it.
You never seen it? But yeah, talking about how great Ghibli is. You haven't seen it.
And it's
I haven't
like,
seen that
oh,
one.
that's
the one I've not
I
seen.
haven't seen.
I haven't seen that. But we can't forget about what's it called? The one with the raccoons.
Oh,
Paco Paco.
yes,
Paco Paco. It's great because the raccoons use their balls and like shapeshift with their testicles. It's absolutely fantastic. Initially, it's one of the first Ghibli films I got introduced to because it was just on Film 4 one of the nights, and I was like, this is so, and I was dying laughter because they just get their ball sacks and just wrap them over their heads and they turn into people. It's like,
I don't know what I just watched.
what did I just see? And they bounce around on them and everything.
I'm guessing you tried to see if you could turn into an animal.
Oh no! I didn't touch my
I tried to wrap my scrotum over my head.
I got to admit there.
Yeah, like
You might have to cut that. It's quite great because they get the scrotums and like turn into people. Yeah, they get the ball sacks and turn into people. And it was just one of those I watched on Film 4 one of the nights. It was quite good.
It was. It's one of the things that Film 4 does really well. It occasionally shows them back to back and has a Studio Ghibli season. And the first time I watched Princess Mononoke was late night and it was subbed. I just kind of sat there and watched it, just kind of, anime's on. And
because it's not very often you see anime on mainstream television.
No,
because we know a lot of you out there aren't really watching it on a legal way, but we ain't gonna say nothing.
Yes.
Crunchyroll, guys.
Crunchyroll is the way forward.
There is some other ones which are good, but you have to pay for still. If you want to like get them out on the day when they've released.
Yes.
So Crunchyroll gets them out an hour just after they've been released, and it's got all those.
Yeah, it's quite. They're quite regular with it.
Yeah.
So Crunchyroll, pay us.
Yes.
Let's get you a prop there.
Sponsors. Back to the main topic of the episode, which is, of course, the fantastic CODE GEASS.
It's got to be up there with one of my favourites.
It doesn't quite crack my top 5.
Really?
Just because
We all sound so amazed. It's like
Really?
It seemed like we talked about this for like an hour before we actually even did this. But even when we talk, we're like, what?
What? No, you're wrong. What? Because I have a different opinion than you?
It's one of the reasons we do this show.
It is, and it's fantastic.
We love hearing it
To give you a good basis of opinion, and good and bad.
And we love arguing with each other about anime.
I don't think we enjoy it too much sometimes. No, but the foundation of CODE GEASS is the division of the planet between the new continents after a big war that kind of divides the planet between Britain and Asia.
Yeah, it's one of those things where for some reason Britain came out on top. God knows why.
Yeah,
we kind of failed at everything else because I know once upon a time England did own pretty much most of the world, but then we just gave it away.
Yeah, and kind of
God knows why.
kind of
We'll leave it there. Because I'm not saying we should own it. I'm just saying it's kind of weird in an anime to presume that we'd be able to take over the world.
Again.
Yeah, unless we had this giant super machine that could just suck up life. Like, I'm a massive fan of Code Geass. As you can see behind C, there is a picture of Zero, which we'll get to in a sec. When I painted that, it's because out of pure love, and I'm not really a massive fan of mech anime, and I know C agrees with me.
I'm kind of the same, because you get people that are really, really into their mech anime, and the only one that I've kind of connected with on any kind of level was Neon Genesis Evangelion, because it's wonderful and it's influential and it's medium
I haven't
defining.
seen it, mainly because it was mecha.
It's brilliant. I recommend it, even if you're not fully into the
One mecha anime, which I wouldn't really call mech anime, but it was really good, is one that came out last season, like the big winter anime. It was called Robotic Notes, and it's about kids in a robot club building a mecha, but it's like the superhero mecha, and it's really good. And like the story started to get really in depth, and by the look of your faces, I can tell you haven't watched it, because gotta say the video, like the whole story of it doesn't really grip you, because like all the synapses and stuff don't grip you. But if you watch it, you can't take your eyes off it. I marathoned it when it first came out, because I don't watch every. There's only one or two that I watch weekly, but everything else I marathon. If it's a brand new series, I ain't gonna watch it. I'm just gonna wait till it's finished and then just bang through it.
Mecha, I don't know. It's always the same thing. Mecha. It's just every different anime there is. Mecha always seems to, when it has mecha in it, it just comes like, it's always the same thing. It seems like it repeats.
Lots of blue lights going everywhere, pretending to be missiles.
But I wouldn't say no. Somebody gave me a giant robot to play with. I would go around storming the streets of it and kicking ass, of course, just for the fun of it. But yeah, it's not
as a form of entertainment. It's just kind of it all seems
done.
It all seems quite samey. It's just kind of, there's a war that only robots can help win.
It's like watching sports and stuff like that.
That's why I like Code Geass, because it's not parts of it is about these fabulous mechs that these people own, and there's like four of these amazing ones. To be fair, Lelouch never really /Zero never really uses one of those.
Spoilers.
He used one early in the start, but that's it.
Yeah, and then he just uses regular mechs and tells people what to do.
He's a lazy bastard.
Nah, don't. I can't. I've got to give all props to Zero, because if you haven't watched it, there is 2 seasons. Well, technically there's 2 seasons, but they call it like one thing and one another thing. So you got to go find
them both.
Yeah.
So what I remember, because I saw the first season of it, I really enjoyed it, because I don't know, it was just weird how he was with like Zero. He's like there commanding people to do this, and they didn't even know what he looked like, but they was following him. It was like, that's amazing trust they must have in this person. But he didn't really care if they lived or died, as long as they was useful in a
porn.
Yeah.
But then, on the second season, that kind of backs off a bit, because when he first starts doing it, he doesn't know any of them. He just sees them as these giant mechas that he can just say, "You over there, go do this." Oh, sorry, you died. Never mind, I'll use this one. But then, as it goes on, he stops treating it like chess and starts treating it like war.
One thing I forgot: supernatural powers. And the supernatural powers in it, it's like, even though it's mecha, it has special powers, because there's a girl in it.
Great power.
Yeah, there's a girl in it called Cece. She, I can't remember how Lelouch meets her now, but she gives him this power to be able to command people to do what he wants. But he only can use it once per person.
Isn't that when he's running away and he gets cornered by some soldiers?
Yeah,
or something.
And then she gives him
in the opening 4 episodes or something. And then
it's pretty much the first episode.
Yeah,
he gets his gears in the first episode.
And it's just like, here, have
she kisses. Does she kiss him? I think she kisses him.
So, or blood.
I can't remember. It's a long time ago now. But basically, she gives him this power to use the gears, and for some reason, he instantly knows how to use it. And the first act he does with it is he tells all his guards just about to kill him to kill themselves.
Yeah.
No, or is it he tells one of the guards to kill all his mates?
No. They kill themselves, and then he gets the one that's left to give him his mecha.
Yeah.
So he can escape.
But
when he's going to escape, he decides to help. So it's easier for him to escape. Yeah. But while he's doing that, he calls himself Zero for the first time, because he didn't want to give out his name because, spoiler, he's a prince of Britannia. He's actually part of the royal family.
Yes.
His father is the emperor of like.
You don't find that
one of
out
the
for a
two-
while though. You find it like him and his sister are some kind of special people, but you don't.
But you don't find out
Yeah, because I'm hiding
that
away.
They're hiding, yeah.
that he's the heir to the largest continent.
Well, he's not the heir. He's the 2016 line, eh?
I was something daft like
Something
that.
like that.
Yeah, he's quite far back in line.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's nowhere near up close, but basically.
But he's known his dad's.
Because his dad basically had sex with his mom, but then killed his mom. Turns out his dad. Oh, spoilers! Brr, brr, brr. Turns out his dad actually also has a geas himself.
Yes. He has a more powerful one.
But it's not the same kind of goat. He can't tell people what to do. He can like what was it?
I can't remember. I remember seeing a bit of it at the end of the first season, but other than that, it was briefly mentioned. It's more in the second season.
Yeah, it's there's crap loads in the second season. And
so doesn't one of his brothers have it as well? Or
no, but his friend, who is Sazukai, I think Sazuku. Japanese name guy.
Suzaku.
That's it.
Suzaku.
Basically, he's a friend of Lelouch, but he also pilots the demo mech, like the big badass mech.
Oh, the really really big. This is the next step.
The one to take down Zero, and goes through that, and eventually he does find out. But then he slowly sees Zero's side. But you never see that he sees it. And then the ending, I'm not going to really give away the ending because that's kind of unfair. But I gotta say, Lelouch, he's one of my heroes for what he did.
They're called Nightmare Frames.
Yeah, Nightmare Frames. And Zero's group of people is called the Order of the Black Knights.
Yeah. Yes,
pretty awesome.
Because founders.
Yeah. So originally they were just rebels who was going around attacking Britannia, Empire and stuff, trying to push them back, trying to free the people. Even though one of the characters, the girl, what was her name now? Cal, I think it was. She comes from like a rich family, even though she's a rebel.
Yeah.
And she was kind of like rebelling.
Well, most of them did. Like said, Lelouch is in line to the throne, so he's really not well off.
Wasn't her dad something like, I don't know, the president of Japan or something?
Yeah.
Like that. And it was like
he got killed though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, not Japan. Area 11.
Oh, Area 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, got killed, and then she gets this badass mech, which I never get because she's got the only mech where she has to lie down and put a booty in the air. But everyone else is all like sitting there like this, and she's there, spread eagle across this damn
and
thing.
You're complaining why?
Because it was messed up. I just didn't get it. It was no point to it, and it never gets really brought up. And she always has to wear a skin tight suit and stuff.
And you're complaining again.
I don't want people to think that I'm a freak.
And it's because we're not all as big a pervs as you seem to be.
Wait until High School of the Dead. That's very good.
That'll be coming in the next week or so because we got that on the ready. I think we should start wrapping up this episode, so we're going on to the Weird Eye system.
Weird Eyes!
Yeah, for me, I gave it a 4 for one reason. It was a really enjoyable anime, but yeah, it was really enjoyable. I enjoyed every moment of it, apart from the ending. It was more towards about what happens with his sister.
Season ending.
No, first season. Of his what happened to his sister. About that. First, he was emotional about it. Then he didn't give a fuck. He didn't regret it at all. And I was like, okay, it's a bit over the top.
See, I gotta start. I will disagree with yours on that one. Not the because the eyes are fine, but you need to watch. You really do need to watch the second season. A lot more gets opened up, and I will recommend people watch both seasons before they make the decision up about the anime.
Yes, I will go for the 3 Weird Eyes. 3 Weird Eyes for Code Geass. Simply because mech anime.
Okay, just because
it's. I don't know because it's kind of because it's a mech anime, but it's not entirely, and I do enjoy kind of the supernatural, political side of it. It's just there are other ways to fight wars in anime.
Well, not then, no. Okay, I'll give you your opinion. Okay. Your opinion's your opinion. I'm not going to argue with it and I give it 4. The reason I give it 4 Weird Eyes is because it's a great anime. I loved it. It's fun to watch. The animation's Nah, it's great. Shading could again. I always have a problem with shading on anime. It could always. It's either too
Because
much
you're
or
an
too little.
artiste.
Yeah,
So you
it's either,
notice
it's
these
either too
things.
much or too little. And with that one, it just seemed a bit flat. Sometimes with the mechas and everything, they looked like they were like stuck on the page, and then you've done this with. Like,
just kind of bits of paper on a stick.
yeah, like like first episode Safe Park kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give it 4. So overall, the score is
3.5.
I
3.5.
I can't do that with my hand.
It's kind of
Let's just do that.
one of
I'm
them.
just gonna do this.
Yeah,
3.5.
yeah. 3.5.
3.5.
3.5 weird eyes.
So we're calling it a day. I've been M.
I've been A.
I've been C.
We'll see you next time, guys. Join us again. Hey guys, this is A from M.A.C Anime Reviews. I'm just saying, click like and subscribe.